Chosen ones pay attention. They laughed because they thought you were making stuff up. But now, they're in tears because it turns out you were never lying. You were just ahead of your time. And that truth, it's tearing them apart inside. The truth is, they never hated you because you were wrong. They hated you because you were right, too early. They didn't understand you, so they made fun of your vision. They tried to quiet your voice. They even twisted your name around. And now, they're stuck swallowing their own words. The same people who said you'd never become anything now have no choice but to watch you turn into everything. That's not random. That's payback. Sharp, real, and it cuts deep. Chosen one. Someone just figured out that you were telling the truth the whole time. And let me tell you, the shame they're feeling right now, it's not quiet. It's loud, and it's eating them alive inside. Their ego? It's collapsing. Their pride? Falling apart. They finally see what they were too blind to recognize, that they misjudged someone real, someone they'll never get close to again. Before we go deeper, hit the like and subscribe. This message isn't just for entertainment. It's a wake-up call. It's something real, and if you know how real this is, help it reach others who need to hear it. Let's talk about this moment. That exact moment when the people who tried to tear you down are now the ones being crushed by your glow. They thought they were watching your end. What they didn't know is they were watching the first chapter of your comeback. You didn't fall off. You pulled back for a bigger launch. You weren't behind. You were being hidden until it was your time. And now that your time is here, they can't unsee it. Your name is being spoken in places you haven't even been. Your face pops into their minds when they're alone. Your truth is tearing through every lie they built up. These same people who tried to make you feel invisible. Now they're scared of how visible you are. They used to roll their eyes when you said something. Now they're holding on to every word, hoping you'll drop just a little, something. Because deep down they know they lost something special, and they'll never get another chance to hold it again. This is the moment they realize your silence wasn't weakness, it was part of your plan. You let them talk, you let them laugh, you let them bet against you, and you still came out on top. That kind of win? It doesn't yell, it whispers, but it hits harder than any scream ever could. That's the kind of win that stays in the back of their minds, haunting them over and over. What's happening now is deeper than regret. This is mental pain because you didn't just prove them wrong, you proved yourself right. You told them who you were. And now, without you doing anything at all, life is showing them you weren't lying. They see it in how you walk. They feel it when you're not even around. And they hate that they can't deny. Somewhere out there right now, there are at least 3 different people up at 2 a.m. going through your old pictures, rereading your messages, thinking about the times they thought they had control. These people don't even know each other, but they're all hurting from the same truth. You are exactly who you said you were. And them? They were the ones who thought they were above you. They looked at your seed and compared it to someone else's full tree. But now that your seed has turned into something big, something beautiful, they can't do anything but sit there in the shade choking on their own doubt. That's how it is with real ones. We don't argue, or we don't chase people. We don't try to convince anyone. We become the proof. And once the proof is out there, everyone shuts up. They're embarrassed, not just because you're doing well, but because they lost to someone they tried to erase. Now you're the ghost in their guilt, the image they can't get rid of, the face that pops up when they feel lost. That's not your pride talking, that's the truth walking straight into their world. And here's the wild part, the universe wanted them to doubt you. That was part of the plan. If they had seen your value too early, they would have tried to hold you back, so you had to walk that road alone. You had to be overlooked, judged, doubted, so that when you finally showed up in your full power, they'd be shocked by the light. And now that light is too bright for them to ignore. You were the warning they didn't listen to. Now the storm is here, and they're drowning in the same judgment they threw at you. So let them keep whispering. Let them keep acting like they're not watching. Let them pretend your glow doesn't burn. You don't have to prove a thing. The proof is already tearing through their nerves. The proof is what's keeping them up at night. That heavy regret they're too ashamed to speak? That's the proof. Let them sit in it. You've got no time to babysit the feelings of people who tried to wreck your spirit. You've got a life to live, a purpose to protect, a future to step into, and they're not invited. Truth always shows up, chosen one, and when it does, it doesn't knock. It kicks the door in like thunder, And guess what? You are the thunder. That sound they ignored until it was too late. They used to laugh. Now? Not so much. Now they're haunted. And you? You're finally free. If what you've heard here hits something real in you, don't scroll yet. Drop a 77 in the comments if you've been doubted, disrespected, and pushed aside, and now the truth is crashing into them like a train. And if you feel moved to support the ones bringing this message, drop a super thanks. Whether it's a kind word or $1, your support powers this mission to speak the truth, no matter how much it burns. Now let's break this down. Because if you truly are who you say you are and they're finally starting to feel the pain of their mistake, then you'll want to hear what's coming. First, they went looking for dirt on you and ended up digging their own grave. They didn't want the truth. They went searching for your failure, and when they couldn't find it, they panicked. That's the part they'll never admit. Their whole goal was to ruin your name, not because you hurt them, not because you were dangerous, but because your very existence shook the fake world they built, a world full of lies, gossip, and shaky confidence. They thought if they could just find one weak spot, one mistake, one tiny flaw, they'd feel powerful again. So they launched their secret mission, obsession in disguise, not curiosity, obsession. They didn't want facts. They wanted something to use against you. But the universe had a different plan. Someone has been watching you quietly, chosen one, watching everything you do, just hoping you'd slip, asking people questions, making up fake situations, pulling strings behind the scenes. They thought they were in control. What they didn't expect